Good morning, everyone. Bienvenidos a todos a nuestro Southern California Business Development Conference. First of all, I would like to thank our sponsors. We have Wells Fargo here, DGS, Hotel Maya, Edison, Staples, Port of Long Beach, Metro, 7-Eleven, Los Angeles World Airports, Port of LA. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. And now I will introduce you to one of our leaders from the Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Raymond Duckworth.
Thank you, Jasmine. Jasmine Ramirez is also our executive assistant to the president of the Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Please give her a round of applause again. Well, good morning, guys. I hope you enjoyed our speed business matchmaking session. I don't know about you guys, but that was what I was looking forward to all week. So today, I would like to thank a lot of people, everyone that is involved with the Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We have also our sponsors that Jasmine introduced. We also want to thank our executive board for the Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We also want to thank our directors, the advisory council, and also our executive youth council who is in the back. Please give them all a round of applause. All right, and then today we are going to start off with our Excellence in Supplier and Diversity panel. Today I'm going to be introducing to you our distinguished speaker from Southern California Edison. We're very pleased to have him here. The gentleman, his name is Mike Bowen. So Mike Bowen is the Manager of Supplier Advancement at Southern California Edison and is responsible for the creation and execution of technical assistance and capacity building programs, supplier onboarding and external outreach activities. Mike has been instrumental in the design and execution of Southern California Edison's EDGE program, which includes the Supplier University, community-based organization, and joint utility programs. Prior to working in supplier diversity, Mike worked in procurement management, various nuclear, transmission, distribution, and substation-related projects throughout Edison's 55,000 square mile territory. Mike has been able to leverage his knowledge of Southern California Edison's procurement strategies to promote the advancement of diverse business enterprises throughout the company. He and his team work individually with DBEs to ensure sustainable growth strategies and to maximize their opportunities within and beyond Southern California Edison. So please, let's give a round of applause for our distinguished speaker, Mike Bowen. He will start us off with the speaker panel of the day. Thank you so much.
Morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good. Good. So thank you, Raymond. And first, I just want to thank Sandy and the Regional Hispanic Chamber for putting this together. And specifically for coordinating a panel discussion surrounding excellence in supplier diversity. So thank you for putting this all together. So today we have an outstanding panel of supplier diversity experts who all in their own right deserve a round of applause, which we'll hold to the end. However, they have top supplier diversity programs, and before I introduce them, I just want to say a few words about excellence in supplier diversity. So many companies have supplier diversity programs. These programs are intended to assist DBEs, minority, female, service-disabled, veteran-owned companies, to advance them through the opportunity chain and create sustainable programs and companies for themselves. But not all supplier diversity programs are created equally. So those successful supplier diversity programs are those that go beyond just the benefit of competition, alignment with their customer divisions, and alignment with the companies they do business with. They are looking to benefit these diverse businesses in the community by creating sustainable economic development. So I'm proud to be part of one of those companies who's actually going beyond the numbers, much like those on the panel here today. So we're looking at really the story behind our percentage points, behind what we're doing in each classification and the Hispanic outreach programs. We're looking at the relationships and really developing those relationships between our groups, our business clients, and those in the community, B2B opportunities. So let's hear from our panelists. Today we have Mr. Ken Ashford from the Metro Water District. We have Rosa Osario from LAWA, LA World Airports. We have Thomas Knox from Caltrans, as well as Dr. Sherman Gay from Metro Transit Authority. Let's give them all a round of applause. So I'll let each of them go through and give you guys a brief bio of who they are and what they do in their capacities. Okay?
Thank you, Michael. And again, I also want to echo thank Sandy, one of the hardest working women in Long Beach, as I know. And she's now the new Facebook queen. So if you don't want to be tagged on Facebook, don't get a picture in front of Sandy. But it's good. Again, my name is Ken Ashford, Metropolitan Water District. And before I forget, before I start, I also want to introduce my colleague, Carmen Bermuda-Bracy. She's with me here today, helping us out at the Hispanic Chamber. So I'll be leaving a little bit early today, and I'm going to hand it over to Carmen for the rest of the afternoon activities. Metropolitan Water District is your regional wholesaler for Southern California. We serve water from Ventura County all the way to San Diego. City of Long Beach is one of our member agencies who in turn sell the water to the residents here in Long Beach. We cover 5,200 square miles. We sell water to about 18 million people a day. So that's covering quite a bit. When I started 16 years ago, that number was roughly around 15 to 16 million. So you can see how our region has grown. Water is a very, very precious resource here. You cannot have, and you will not have, economic development or small business development unless you have a reliable, safe source of water. So it's so important that this commodity is a very vital important here, particularly that we live in a desert here in Southern California. So water is so important, so keep it precious, and hope we can keep using it. I'll keep drinking it so we can keep, so I can keep going to programs, not just this. I work on our small business outreach program, real briefly. Metropolitan Water District does not have a gender ethnic-based program. However, we do support gender ethnic-based businesses and organizations such as the Regional Hispanic Chamber, as we are a corporate member and part of the advisory board program. Later on in the panel, I'll talk about how to learn about business opportunity and the excellence in your supply diversity program, how to maximize those opportunities, how to leverage those opportunities, not just working with us, but working with other agencies as here. Keep in mind, not everybody is ready to work for Metropolitan Water District. But we're here to help you prepare that. If you're not ready to work with us, you might be ready to you could be ready to work with LAWA or Caltrans or Metro. But be prepared to do what you say and say what you do. Sometimes it's better off to eat the elephant one bite at a time, because we are the largest water district and wholesaler in the world. So we want to establish the relationship with you. One thing you will hear throughout the panel, throughout the common denominator in supply diversity is this is a relationship business. We need to see you. We need to feel comfortable with you to learn how to do business with you. So not just with this region, not this conferences, but there's other conferences and other workshops you can attend. The more we see you, the more we feel comfortable with you, the more we're able to advocate for you to help you work with our services. So those are just my brief opening remarks, and I'm sure we'll engage a little further.
Thanks, Ken. Rosa?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Rosa Osorio. I'm the surety specialist for the bond assistance program for the city of LA, which includes LAX. And here today, I'm here to let you know the different services that LAX has to offer all the small local businesses. We have like I said, a bond assistance program that will assist all local businesses in getting bonding. We all know how difficult it is to obtain bonds, so we are here to help, we are here to assist. We put up collateral free of charge, and so we also have a business and job resource center that will assist everyone, and if they're looking for a job, you can come to the office and you can look up all the different job opportunities that are available around LAX and in LAX. we also have our new SBE program. So over there in our table, we have all the different flyers that will explain to you how our new program works. We also have the famous Los Angeles Business Assistance Virtual Network, where is the city website where all of you can go and register and look up all the different job opportunities that the entire city has to offer. So feel free to stop by our table and look up all the information that we have. It's all there for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Sherman.
Good morning. I would also like to thank Sandy. Sandy does a great job and works very hard, and we've been a strong supporter of the Regional Bank, and we'll continue. Sandy just does great work. I'm Sherman Gay, represent the Los Angeles Metropolitan Transit Authority. In 2008, the voters of Los Angeles County voted a half percent sales tax, which will generate $30 to $40 billion on the transit projects. It's a really exciting time for small business because Metro has approved a 30% small business goal for the small businesses. I'm not sure if people are aware that how much business that Metro do. Let me just give you some areas. We have a $3.9 billion budget. We have rail projects. Crenshaw Carter is $1.8 billion. Regional Connect is $1.3 billion. We just did the West Side Subway, which is $1.3 billion. We have the highway projects, which are $1 billion of projects where Metro does some, and we have cities and locations that we use. We have infrastructure, about $300 million of infrastructure where we upgrade our divisions. We have the regional rail, which Metro also has. We pay for half of MetroLink, which is a contract opportunities. And then we have what we call public-private partnership. If you've been to Hollywood, you saw the W Hotel, or you've been to North Hollywood and Wilshire Western, Metro owns those areas. The companies have a 99-year lease in reference to it. So we're doing all the activities. The thing that we want to ensure is that small business participants. So we have a How to Do Business workshop, which is the second Tuesday of every month, where we provide you with information, policies. Our executives comes, our different key people come and provide you insight. Our procurement people come. We give you a total access to Metro's procurement group as well. The thing I want to share with you is I'm not sure if you heard of Measure J, which is coming up on the ballot. What Measure J will do is that right now, the Measure R funds are guaranteed, but it's 10 to 30 years. If we pass Measure J, it will be 10 to 15 years. Everything will be accelerated. And it will be so much business in Los Angeles County. We'll have about $3 billion worth of business over the next 2 or 3 years in reference to transit projects. The thing I would also share that Metro might seem big, but we have small companies, all size companies. We do carry out our small business programs. Metro accepts 2 programs. I just want to make sure everybody understands. On the federal side, it's the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, and that we're part of the California Certified Program. That's Caltrans, Civ LA, BART, all the transit projects. On the state and local funding, which is most of Measure R funds, Metro only accepts Metro Small Business Enterprise. We will not accept any other small business. There's a state law which was passed about a year and a half ago by Senator Kern Price, which gives Metro companies to have net worth, the owner 51% owned, excluding their business interests, whatever business they have one business, excluding their home. If their net worth is less than $1.3 million, they qualify for Metro's small business enterprise. That's anybody. The key thing is that if you are going to get certified, I would recommend come to Metro because if you get certified with any other agency, you would get the DBE, but you still would have to go through the process with Metro as well. The key thing I want to share with you, there's a lot of contract opportunities. We got companies around the world, from Belgium, from Spain, from England. All these huge mega companies are here, from Korea. I mean, all of them know that this is guaranteed money, and we're trying to get the people in LA County you participate in this area and stuff. It's a great time for you, and I wish that you guys come by and talk to us and stuff, because we know we don't have enough companies to meet the needs and stuff. Crenshaw Carter DB goal is 20% on the design and 20% on the construction, and that's of a $1.8 billion. That's a lot of work for small businesses and stuff. So, let me just share with you that we don't do what they call good faith. We have a very strong compliance group that applies our laws. This year, up until I think about July, in DBE we did about $9 million, and small business enterprise we did $39 million, and we just started the program. So anyway, my point is, you're interested in business development and you're interested in the area, we do Metro buys everything, and you'd be surprised at what areas we have. So I'll stop there and look forward to any questions you have.
Thanks, Sherman. Thomas?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. To Sandy, to the members of the board, and to all of the guests who are here this morning, and the members of this distinguished panel, I want to send you a heartfelt thank you for having me represent Caltrans through our district director, Mike Miles, who wished he could be here this morning, but he had quite a few other responsibilities. He could not make it, but he wanted me to tell you thank you, his heartfelt thank. I want to let you know that I feel very, very honored and very humbled to be able to speak before you this morning. I feel it's difficult for me to put it in words, because whenever I sit before a group like yourselves, and when I serve on a panel like this of people who are distinguished in many ways, but more than they're distinguished, they're really committed to the program. They're committed to helping people like yourself. It makes me feel good, because this is why we're here. We're here because of you. Were it not you, the small business owner, the disadvantaged business owner, the disabled veteran business owner, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have a reason to be here. So I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for having me here. My name is Thomas Knox. I represent Caltrans in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. Among other things, I handle the small disadvantaged business enterprise program. That also includes the disabled veteran business enterprise program. Suffice it to say that we have scores of projects out there, and we have literally millions of dollars going on at any one time. Right now in Los Angeles and Ventura counties, we have $2.1 billion of federal highway activity going on. That's a lot of money, $2.1 billion. And as recipients of federal transportation dollars, that means at least 13.5% of that $2.1 billion should go to people like yourself in all sorts of different capacities. Because we are recipients of federal transportation dollars, we must have the DBE program, as Dr. Gay referenced. We also handle the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program for all of our highway contracts, but we have a separate small business enterprise program that we honor and recognize from the California Department of General Services for all of our California state contracts. Of those contracts, at least 25 cents of every dollar must go to people like you, to small businesses. So suffice it to say, with all of the millions of dollars that we have going on, at any given time we have more than several billion dollars of contracts and other activities out there throughout the entire state. There's money to be had. So what you need to do is to do everything that you can to interact with us, glean as much as you can from this panel, interact with us at our tables, and we'll do our best to direct you to those contracts, and not just within our various agencies, but to other agencies that will be best suited for you. In the interest of time, I'm not going to give you a full description of what we have done with Caltrans, but suffice it to say that we service you to the best of our ability. I can tell you I bring to you more than 25 years of background serving in this capacity, also handling the small business program for the Orange County Transportation Authority, and bringing you my years of experience from San Diego and Sacramento as well. I can tell you this much: I will work tirelessly to do my best to help you to, one, become certified, and two, to get the contracts that you're looking for. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Thomas. I think it's pretty clear that all of the companies represented today have very well established and successful supplier diversity programs. And that doesn't come by accident, but more so design. So I'll open this up for the entire panel. Can you describe to me some of the best practices that you employ within your supplier diversity programs and even corporation to ensure that your goals are met?
One thing we do, and you find this a lot, it's partnerships. That is the key element to the best supply diversity programs. I see these guys more often than I should. I would like to see sometimes, but we see each other quite a bit. This last 3 days, I think it was Tuesday, it was the Asian Business Association. Yesterday, it was the BBA Association, Black Association. Today is the Regional Hispanic Association. So we all see each other at all these events, and it's all partnerships. Because it's so important, because the reason why I say that is, the best practices, because we share resources among one another. Trust me, if we find a good vendor, a good supplier, we will shop your name around. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I got a phone call from a good friend of mine from Southern California, from the San Diego Gas and Electric, Jamie Lomax. She called me on a Monday. She said, do you know of an African-American construction company? I said, believe it or not, I do, because we support NAMAC, the National Association of Minority Contractors. And Sharon Coleman of Coleman Construction, by Friday, had a $250,000 contract with Southern California Gas Company, because it's all based on relationships. We talk, we interact with one another, so we feed each other's information. And I want to attest to Sherman's Meet the Buyers program, Meet the Primes program. If you're not on that list, then you're out. Then you need to take your business to, if you want to take your business to the next level, then you need to get it. You need to get on Thomas's email list, distribution list of construction, any construction contractors we have in here. You want to do construction with Caltrans, you need to get on Thomas's email blast list, because he sends out blasts all the time to small and disabled businesses and talk about their upcoming bid opportunities. Same thing with LAWA. They have a workshop the first Wednesday of the month. First Wednesday of the month, I believe. And they talk about their information there. If you want to know about, believe it or not, if you want to receive a newsletter from me on partnerships, hand your business card to Carmen and put TAP on there, and we'll know what that is. And I can tell you, I go through about myself. Oh, Carmen, can you stand up and the orange? Come on, everybody wants to see your Halloween holiday. Oh, there you go, Carmen. Not your Halloween outfit, but the colors of Halloween. That's a fall
And she
outfit.
looks good.
That was my intention. Oh shoot, I'm gonna get it now, guys. You know what I meant. I do a newsletter that comes out it's supposed to come out every month, quite frankly, but it doesn't get out that often. But I can tell you all the different events that's happening from Ventura County down to San Diego County. The different workshops, different conferences that's happening on. Again, you guys need to get plugged in. So that's some of the best practices opportunities that we share.
Yeah, I think engagement is a strong thing in the partnership opportunity. Any other comments from the panel?
I would take a different approach. It's more of a contractual compliance approach. With Metro, we have a list of requirements that if a prime contractor bids, he has to comply with the requirements for small businesses. One of those requirements is that when they apply on RFP, they have to list the scope of work, the dollar value, and the subcontractor that they're using on that proposal. So, and if they win that contract, then we have a kickoff meeting where we provide them that these are the companies that you have to use and you have to meet that requirement. The only thing that changes is if there's a scope or amendment that occurs. If there's no scope change and stuff, then they would have to use that, and they have to provide a monthly form called 103, where we track their progress in reference to the subcontractor and stuff. So we do it, and actually do a closeout to make sure that they've done that. So that's the reason why when I tell you we have $39 million, I can show you which companies that actually receive and the amount of contract they receive.
Excellent. So I think Sherman touched on a point here, and it's really understanding how we measure excellence. And there are a lot of intangibles, but we do need to work with those tangibles. So maybe Rosa, maybe you can tell us about some of the techniques or key performance indicators that you guys have used to try and measure the tangibles.
Well, like it was said, it was a lot of partnership. The monthly workshop is one of the main sources that we use. We also have internal database that we enter all the information for all the companies, like the matchmaking that we had today. We'll take all that information and put it in our database, and then when we have different opportunities, different events, we will email everybody and let them know of what's going on at LAWA. Just all that, like you said, all the last 3 events that we had, we've seen each other more than I've seen my husband at home. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just all about, partnering with everybody and meeting everybody and getting all your information into our databases. It's the way it works the best.
And Thomas, can you describe how Caltrans measures excellence in supplier diversity?
That's a very good question. With regard to measuring excellence, one of the key factors is the quality of your deliverables. There are various stages throughout each and every contract where you have to deliver to us the product or your service. And if that product or service does not measure up to the quality that we expect and we demand from any contractor we have, that tells us that your performance is not quite up to par. One way to not just secure one contract with Caltrans, but to have an ongoing relationship with us is to have the highest quality performance possible. And by the virtue of your deliverables, did you do it on time? Did you do it within budget? And what was the exact quality of that particular deliverable? That lets us know that yes, we are on the right track with this various contractor. So that tells us more than anything else with regard to the quality of your service. Is it going to be, no one wants to drive underneath an overcrossing that's going to fall down on them. There have been times in the past where those things have happened. And when that happens, that's a contractor we probably will never use again. So the quality of your deliverable is key with us.
Great. Well, and I think understanding or at least observing the transparency of what they're measured on helps the vendors and others in the room really understand their approach, how to approach what they're going to be measured upon when they do receive an opportunity or even a contract. So I think those are important things to take away, and also have follow-up conversations with all of us afterwards to make sure that you're aligned with our internal corporate structure and goals and values. So shifting more towards how vendors engage with us. How would you recommend that the vendors pursue opportunities within the various companies? Ken, can we start with you?
I know you're going to have a panel later this afternoon talking about certification, so I'm going to leave it to the experts for that, but that's the first avenue. But try to engage with us. It's, again, establishing relationships. Don't bombard us or don't bombard me. You can bombard them, but not me. but it's nice to hear from you. I'm going to tell you what another good thing. Believe it or not, we're in a digital age, but I still like personal notes. Believe it or not, that stands out for me. I like to see your face. I'm a visual person, so when you put your business card, you have your business card and your pictures on that helps me out to remember you more often. And I can engage with you there or then. Again, coming to the different events, talking to me, or saying, hey, I did register in your business, or here's a key important part. Hey, I did visit your website and I saw A, B, C, and D bid. How did that go? Or I understand you guys will be engaging in this. Or I understand that you work on the Bay Delta issues. Or I understand, I've heard that your board of directors this is the direction that you're going to. Did you say something about my agency that is in the news, or that you know that you did your homework on? That's so important. So important. Before you guys come to these conferences, something like this, you'll know who's coming. You know who's going to be displaying. Go to our websites, do your homework on what we do. I hate when people come up and say, hey, what do you need? What can I do for you? It reminds me of that cheap 70 pickup line, so to speak. Like, I can get you anything you want, so to speak. What you want. That doesn't engage me. But it engages me as, hey, I'm here from XYZ company. I know you guys supply water. I want to help you meet your goals, or help meet your mission of your organization. Don't tell me, I'm going to tell you right now, We do not need another DVBE or MBE or WB in our database. What we need is solutions, not supply diversity. We need supply solutions. If you can help me solve my problem, then I can engage with you. Because I have more people, I have over 18,000 businesses in our database right now. Quite frankly, I don't need another new one. But what I do need is folks like you to help me solve the solution of my organization's problem. That's what I need you to do. That's what I need you to approach me with, how you can gauge the water issues here in Southern California, the quality, climate control, reliability. Those are keywords I need to hear you say. I need you to hear you say efficiency, effectiveness, productivity. That's what I need you to tell me in your business to help do business with me.
Right, and I think what Ken's saying is exactly right on the money. And kind of an underlying theme is building that relationship. And as opposed to leading with, hey, this is my company, this is what we're doing. Ask Ken, hey, how's your wife Sharon? How are your 3 kids? Things like that. Build the relationship. That'll make you a little bit more memorable.
You want to pay my tuition, that's great.
Yeah.
I saw somebody today that it was 6 years ago, I met, who's my agency temp I just got a contract with? Oh, right here. 6 years ago, I met her boss. He wanted to get a temp service contract. No problem, it's coming out, it's coming out. Am I right? You just signed the contract last week, 2 weeks ago. 6 years, it took him 6 years. It's not gonna happen overnight. When you're at these conferences, believe it or not, you're not gonna walk out of contract today, folks. That's kept secret. But you're gonna establish the relationship. The guy called me every so often, more often than he should, but it's okay. But when it came out, when that district temp contract came out, I knew who he was. And I immediately called him. I said, be ready for this. So it takes time.
Thanks, Ken.
Part of what Ken is talking about is perseverance and persistence. I couldn't underscore that any more than I'm so happy that Ken talked about doing your homework. One of the things that disappoints me so much is people come to me and they want to do business with Caltrans. Everybody wants to do business with Caltrans because they understand we have a lot of money, and that is true. But what disappoints me is that people who don't know anything about Caltrans, you haven't done your research. Let me know that you know what we do. That's how I can best service you. Ken spoke to something about standing out more so than one other company. When you have your picture on that business card, or when you have a business card that I have to look at like this a couple of times and associate it with your face, I'm going to remember that person more so than someone else. So help us to know who you are, do your research. It makes us feel better that you really want to do business with us and you know what services that we're going to need. If someone comes to me and they want to sell petroleum products to me, we may not necessarily buy petroleum products, but I'll work my hardest to direct that person to an entity, a state or federal or local agency that's going to have the highest propensity to buy that particular product from you. So again, know what we do your homework, let us know that you really want to do business with us, and stand out more so than your competitor.
We at Metro, we need some help. So we got a lot of business coming up. So we have a how to do business with Metro workshop once a month. So maybe you may not know how to do business with a public sector or a public agency and stuff. So we're there to assist you in doing that. The key thing is that we have outreach events. We have what we call Meet the Primes, where the prime contractors know that our requirements are strict and they have to comply. So we bring in 30 prime contractors who are bidding on $1 billion projects and stuff. Actually, the next one will probably be February the 12th or 13th, I'm not sure. But we have them on all levels of our building where you can sit down and talk to them on the table and stuff to give you some, so they can see you and you can see them. So we don't have that problem with Prime saying that they can't find you. On the initial Crenshaw project, it was 25% DBE gold. The prime contractor came in at 30%. They know that we are very serious about our diversity. We have Meet the Buyers, which is that we open up the entire agency. Every executive in Metro will come and give a 3-minute speech, and we'll have a table for every department at Metro. We prepare what we call 2-month look-aheads to give you insight of what's upcoming. So we know that the prime contractors as well know this insight, so to give you time to prepare and get ready and stuff. The thing I just want to really emphasize is that we know we have enough business and we know we don't have enough companies to do it. And so we're trying hard to make sure that the small businesses are part of this big mega projects that are coming up and stuff. So again, it's the second Tuesday of every month. We have different events, and once you become part, we will include you in their activities. But the key, what my colleagues are saying is this, is that we're looking for the most responsive bidder. So there are requirements that they ask you that you might be in the private sector that you would not necessarily get in the public sector. So we do require a little bit more, but then we pay a little bit more. So we pay more, we're going to ask for a little bit more. But the key thing is that we're looking for good small businesses to participate.
It's really important. Here's a key factor. I want you to walk away with, I'm going to actually give you guys some homework to do. You ever thought of it, you come to a conference and get some homework. One thing I want you to strive for, and I opened my remarks and said, not everybody's ready to work for Metropolitan Water District. I'm trying to get you there. I want you to start looking at businesses with the low-hanging fruit. Let's think about other public agencies. What do we have out here? We have the Long Beach Transit Authority right here. We have the school district out here. We have the community college district out here, I believe. We have the Port of the Port of Long Beach. The government agencies, there is a market out there, and you want to ask, when you call these agencies up, I'm going to tell you ours, our informal contracting opportunities is $25,000. So call them up, and that just takes an informal bid. The reason I said that's low-hanging fruit, that keeps the lights on. That's keep the payroll going every day. You know, Sherman talked about the $1 million contracts, and those are great, and those are really good to have. But it's going to take a while to get those contracts. But the informal contracts calling up, and hey, what do you charge for this? I charge $20,000 for this service. Okay, thank you. That's all I need is a phone call. Ed right here, he's lubrications, right? Petroleum. The first question I asked him when he came to my matchmaking was, what other public agencies have you worked for? The reason why I said that, well, there was a reason why. Because once you sell to one public agency, if you sell that same commodity, the similar commodity, if he sold that to Metro, and I'm looking for that same commodity, same pricing, and Metro did all the bid process, the bid work for me, he could piggyback, or Metropolitan can piggyback on Metro's contract for Ed, and Ed wouldn't have to go through the bid process. Everything has to match up the same. I don't want to make it sound that simplistic, but it's called a piggyback clause that you can, once you sell to one public agency, you sell the same exact product and the same pricing, you can piggyback that with another public agency and leverage that through. A good friend of mine is not here today. He did that with several different water agencies, and he's done over $1 million+ worth of businesses with public agencies. So call whoever you want to do business with, ask them for the informal bid threshold. That's what you want. If your business's ability to take credit cards, ask them that. I'm saying if your business can afford to take credit cards, I know there's a back-end fee you have to pay to do for credit card services. Everybody has P cards, or state of California, I know you'll hear from later today, they call them Cal cards there too. So those are some of the things you want to do to keep the lights on right today, to do for the informal bids. You get the big contracts later, but the small, nitty-gritty, low-hanging fruit, that's what you want to work on. That's what you want to walk away with today to work on tomorrow. Hopefully you'll get that bid starting next week.
Mr. Moderator, if I can, Ken mentioned the Port of Long Beach. Another thing I want you to walk away with is this gentleman's business card, a representative from the Port of Long Beach. He should be up here as well. Can you please stand? Sasha, please stand. You need to know this gentleman. He represents a lot of contracting opportunities with the Port of Long Beach.
We do have a table if you haven't stopped by in the hallway. We have a handout that's better than my business card. Got more information, and there are plenty more to receive from it.
I'm sure they'd like your business card too.
My name's on the handout.
Thank you. Okay, so I know we're getting a little short on time here, but I think I want to ask a question that everyone has in their mind. Knowing that there are current opportunities, I want you guys to maybe express any of the current opportunities, but mostly the future opportunities, so vendors in this room can gear up or understand more about that to position themselves in an area to either partner or be able to work as a subcontractor or even as a prime to those opportunities. So let's start with you, Rosa. What kind of opportunities do you see forthcoming for LAWA?
Well, as you all know, the entire airport is going to be renovated, so we know that there's going to be a lot of job opportunities coming up. I encourage you to attend our monthly workshops. We can assist you in going through the different contracts that are coming up and how you can do business with LAWA, or also come to the pre-bids and you can meet all the big contractors. You can team up with them as a sub. It's always, to me, it's one of the best ways to start working with LAX. It's, you know, you're not going to get those big, huge projects overnight, but it takes time. If you start, you know, at the smaller level as a subcontractor, second to three tier of subcontractors, so it's always best, you know, come to all the networking events. Like I said, well, if you stop by, you can fill out a questionnaire that we have over there, and then we'll put you in our database, so we'll let you know everything that's coming up, all the upcoming contracts. I believe we have a 2-month forecast over there as well that you can look up and prepare for the upcoming contracts. Thank you.
And I know, Sherman, you're spending a lot of money in the next few years. Can you tell us a little bit about those opportunities?
I can't tell you about all of them. But let me just start with this. This is a forecast of all our transit and highway projects.
Okay, Port of Long Beach, Port of LA, there's the Los Angeles Unified School District, and the Los Angeles Community College District. So once you knock off those become certified with us, it's recognized by those different agencies.
Beverly, with regard to quick certifications, I can say this much, and we're happy that we have such a healthy partnership with many other agencies, especially LA Metro, but we're all members of the California Unified Certification Program. As such, we, as recipients of federal transportation dollars, must have a DBE program. I can tell you this much, and I want you to write this lady's name down, and she's going to get upset with me, but I used to work alongside her in Sacramento. Her name is Janice Salias. If you want to become certified with Caltrans as a DBE, we can expedite that certification process if you are currently going to participate on our bidding in partnership with a contract that requires DBE certification. So you know the certifications manager's name in Sacramento, Janice Elias. If you do call her, be sure you say that Thomas Knox sent you.
What's her number?
Oh gosh, Ken, you know I don't have her number, but I can get her number for you. Love, Ken.
Any other questions from the audience?
You got to watch it.
Yes, sir.
Louis Vargas, I'm CEO of a management consulting company, so we have a wide variety of companies that we consult with marketing management basis. And we've never really gone to the next step of recommending they seek procurement contracts. What are some of the types of services or companies that really shouldn't be seeking procurement? For example, it's understandable printing and those kinds of companies would be perfect, but what would be some companies or industries or services that really wouldn't fit into what some of the contracts that you guys would be seeking?
Those companies that should not seek a procurement from us?
Yeah, exactly.
A dance studio.
I confer, we buy everything. I mean, translation, clothes, uniforms, we buy tires, we buy parts, we do marketing. See, the thing is that we have a $80 million tow truck company, and it's now they now have SBE goals on it. So they bought accountants, they bought insurance, they bought marketing, they bought fuel. I mean, you can buy anything as long as the company is certified, as long as they meet the certification requirement. We don't tell them what they do, we just tell them you have to use certified firms. So Metro buys everything, shirts, I mean, you name it, we buy it.
Dance lessons, huh?
Except for we don't have no dance lessons. Maybe what do you call it? Aerobics class. You know? Yeah, we do.
Don't laugh at that. Let me tell you about that. No, seriously, we just hired a fitness trainer.
Yeah,
Believe it or not. But let me tell you how that worked out.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how it worked out. I went to, again, a conference such as this, and this lady does personal and corporate fitness. I said, how's that going to work? It took me a year and a half to figure it out. We have a wellness center at our office. So what we did was I brought her in, and it's an employee-based fitness training program. So Metropolitan has nothing to do with it in terms of supplying them, but it's a women-owned business, it's a minority-owned business, So all the employees who want to take this aerobic class comes in every Wednesday. They pay $12 a session, and this lady has between 10 to 8 people each session to take fitness class. I mean, I just had to think out of the box to try to figure how we can do that. So we have aerobics, we have yoga, and we have Zumba. We have. You guys want to come in? Exactly. You know,
Metro has the same. We have the same.
exactly. She's trying to get me confused. Believe it or not.
So Zumba is.
It works out. I believe it or not, it works, but it just had to think out of the box on that particular area. But let me just say, and I know you're going to have a speaker from the state of California. They buy just about everything. I'm going to let them speak about that. A lady came to me talking about, do we want to buy dog food? No, I don't need dog food. But LAPD, the Sheriff's Department, Metro, and their K-9 units, you need to use to buy dog food. And she was able to get a contract with the K-9 unit for the LAPD. That was like 6-7 years ago she got it. So you have to shop different agencies to figure out where it fits.
I think we have time for one last question. Please.
Going back to everything that they said there, the gentleman's question, really it's not just about also directly receiving bids from the agency, but the subcontracting opportunity is, we do not stress how important that is, because sometimes when you think it's just a construction project, maybe there is a dance, opportunity even in there, or a fitness opportunity, because they are looking for. So make sure you look at the perspective of the list, make sure you connect with them, because they have to fulfill the requirements back to the project owners, and there are tons of opportunities at the second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah, and most supplier diversity programs do have prime sub networking opportunities, like they had mentioned already. So please take advantage of
But
those.
more important, I'm going to end with this, Mike, you're more quicker to do business among yourselves before you do business with us. And that's why I really appreciate about Sandy putting together this conference, because you're more quick, you'd be remiss if you don't walk away at lunchtime, getting a business card from the person sitting next to you. In fact, I did that today. Where's my disabled veteran guy? Did he leave? Okay, Bill, I hooked up with Bill. This guy was a disabled vet today. I met him at Matchmaking. He has an engineering firm. And now I connected with another disabled veteran IT firm. And now they actually have worked together. So do business among yourselves quicker than you're probably most likely to do business with us.
Great. Well, I'd like to thank everyone on the panel. Let's give them a round of applause.